fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back. I apologize for the extended break here, but we were just waiting for the lower semifinals to conclude, and if you were paying attention to chat, you would have seen the updates. Of course, MaxPax and Reynor, they were in the middle of the ace match of game 3. The ace match has concluded, and as you can see, Reynor has come out on top. He takes down MaxPax in a best of 3, advances on to the grand finals, and we have our 2 finalists. It's going to be a best of 5 between Clem and Reynor. And if you are in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets. Predictions open. There we go. Place your bets in the chat for who you believe is going to be advancing on and who you believe is going to be this week's ESL Open Cup Europe champion. Will it be our Terran or our Zerg? It is up to you to get your gumbo on. Best of luck. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our French Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Zerg player representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. Going for the 15 hatchery into the 15 spawning pool. We've spoken about this before, but Reynor has been in love with this opener, doing it against Zerg, Protoss, and Terran alike. Doesn't matter his opponent. Going for a safe opener here, Reynor is, and this should not be the last we see of this build either. Again, there's a bit of a give and take with this opener from Reynor. Basically, you go for an extractor trick for the 15 hatchery, extractor trick for the 15 spawning pool as well. That is why we are missing minerals here for Reynor because of the cancelled extractors. And this leads into a faster hatchery, it leads into a faster queen, leads into delayed gas. So gases are late, that means link speed is late, but we get faster queens, we get a secure base, and we're able to be very safe and, again, secure on 2 bases. So a very safe opener by Reynor. It is less economic, it is less efficient, but safe overall. And back across the map, Clem going for a Rax expand. Standard opener out of our blue Terran player. Going for a Rax into CC. SCV Scout is coming in. And with that, Clem will get a read on what exactly Reynor is up to. Sees that the base is already done. Does get eyes on the creep spread. And Reynor is eventually going to be working towards his 3rd base. Eventually. So we're gonna have a pretty passive early game here as we settle on in. Pretty passive overall. Este base had it. Reaper said, oh, almost gets a drone. Quick move out of Reynor. Does barely save it. Morphing in that spore. Whew. Quick moves from our Italian Zerg player. With that, he maintains his work count, at least for the time being. Clem sharking around, looking for another pickoff. SCV is going to be denying that 3rd base. A bit of a brutal start here. Reynor is going to be stuck on 2 bases, is going to be contained. Meanwhile, Clem expanding, taking his 3rd base in the main base. A 3rd CC before starport. Very economic build here out of Clem. And Reynor still yet to expand. A very late 3rd. This is also the downside of this build is you have less of a map presence, less map control. SCV is coming back home. And the Reaper gets a tumor. Ooh, big pickoff. Tumor is going to be killed. Link speed halfway done. And now we finally have the 3rd base from Reynor. Very delayed 3rd from our Italian Zerg player. Very delayed, but on the way nonetheless, as we're just trying to stabilize here. Trying to settle on into Oceanborn. Oof. As Reaper tries to get another tumor, doesn't quite get it. Reynor amassing quite a wave of lings behind this. It is lined up with ling speed, so he can move out across the map. Cyclones have arrived. They don't quite get the Overlord, but they do assert themselves. Behind this again, Clem did go for a reactor Cyclone into Hellion. Bit of a cure opener. Ooh, lings are moving out there, trying to go for a bit of a backstab. At the same time, Cyclones, they arrive across the map. Ling's not quite in position. Hellions are moving out. So the natural base of Clem is quite exposed. At the same time, Reynor, can he also defend back at home? It looks like we can. We have plenty of lings. Plenty of lings here for Reynor. Lings, they flood into the natural base. SCVs are going to get picked off. How many of them? Good control so far. To Clem. Saves his workers. Very impressive micro. Bleeding out 3 SCVs towards the end. Hellions, they race back home, and Reynor, he's rushing into a very fast Roach Warren. Are we going for a 2-base all-in? We are. We're not joining up the 3rd base. I mean, this does make a lot of sense because of how late the 3rd base was. 2-base all-in would kind of come in line with this from Reynor. Cyclones, they confirmed lack of saturation. They wanted that queen. Lings, they come in for the surround, and they will not get the Cyclone. Oh my god, they barely get one. Not even! No shot, the Cyclone barely lives, and we take down one and the 2nd queen as well. Oh, a brutal trade there from Reynor. At the same time, he gets across the map with another Ling run by, getting 7 SCVs. A lot of damage being dealt, and the Roaches are moving out across the map as well. Clem doesn't see. Clem, he misses the move out. 8 workers have fallen. Roaches are on the way, and Reynor's all in. Reynor, he's 100% all in at this point. It's all or nothing for the Red Zerg. Clem still doesn't quite confirm this. Out of position. He's so vulnerable back at home. The Hellion Cyclone not where it needs to be. And we're going to knock down this space. Clem is working on the 3rd, but he's not going to be able to get it up and running. As the wall is going to be knocked down. Lings, they come in for a surround as well. From almost every angle. We catch the Hellions, we catch the Cyclones. Clem bleeding out everything. GG gets called instantly there, and Reynor takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, Clem was doing a good job at dealing damage and trading. Like, he traded very well against Reynor, but he misses the scout. He didn't see the army. He missed the move out entirely, and Reynor snowballed out of control. Clem was caught with his pants down. He was woefully unprepared back at home. And with that, Reynor takes game 1. GG. GG, well played. A very quick, fast, and easy game there for Reynor. I say easy, again, he did a good job at hiding his Roaches, right? He kept his Roaches back, kept his Ravagers back, did not reveal them to the Cyclones and to the Hellions until it was too late. And with that, it's game 1 in the books. Game 1 in favor of Reynor. Now we're getting into game number 2. And game number 2 is going to be on Equilibrium. Ooh, an interesting map here. Okay, so Clem, he has dabbled in the mech before, and earlier today we were casting Solar versus Bjorn, where Bjorn did make it happen against Solar, and actually took Solar down on Equilibrium with mech. Is Clem willing to indulge in mech here on Equilibrium? I would say he is willing. We've seen it before. Will we see it again? We are here for it. Let's go. As we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Equilibrium, we have our blue Terran player from the land of France representing Team Liquid down in this series. Yes, a fight back here and now to type the series. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Equilibrium, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, once again going for the 15-15 hatchery into a 15 spawning pool, representing Basilisk. Oh, actually going for a pool first. Okay, it is Reynor. Reynor really spicing things up here. Okay, so is going for an extractor trick, but that is a 15 hatchery into a 15 pool into a 14 hatch. Very interesting here. Very interesting. Okay. Now, with this faster spawning pool, it's going to be leading into faster Ling production, into a faster Queen. More importantly, those Lings, though. And we're going to be able to skirt around the map. We're going to be able to get across the map here. And I think Reynor wants to punish the greed of Clem. We'll see what Clem goes for. We'll see if he does go Marine first instead of Reaper. Keep an eye on Clem's opener in general. Likewise, no gases. No gases at all here by Reynor. He's going gasless. Okay. Lings are amassing. Queen is on the way. We're going to be going Reaper first. Is going to be going Reaper first. SCV Scout is coming across the map, but Reynor, he's investing quite a lot into this. That is going to be 8 Lings moving out for Reynor. 6 initially with 2 more to reinforce. And again, it is going to be a gasless build. Now, traditionally, gasless openers lead into roach play in the mid game. Just because the gases are so late, it's not worth investing into Ling speed. But we'll see if we can get away with it. SV Scout gets across the map, and it will get eyes on the hatchery. Finishing up here, trying to look normal. Yeah, SV's patrolling. And back across the map, that CC is exposed. Reaper moves out, Lings are moving in, and we will delay the CC. Can we force a cancel? There's a Marine. Okay, there is going to be a Marine. We get on top of the SCV. Marine forced into the main base. And we're going straight for that CC, straight for the command center. Can we force that cancel? It's going to get low. More Lings have arrived. And the Reaper is racing back home, but it's so far away. We're getting so much damage done here on the CC. But it looks like the Lings, they are going to be distracted. Reaper does make it back home in time. Does make it home. Lings will be cleaned up as they barely do not get the SCV. We're going for the reactor though. Oh my god. We're going for the reactor. We're going for the SCV as well. And up, we will not get it. Barely not. I spoke too soon. Up, he wants it. And it looks like he barely will not. Oh, barely does! With the final hit there, SCV goes down. That was a kill on the reactor as well. Big delay on the command center here. Clem stuck on one base for so long. And Reynor has been happily droning. Remember, gasless. Now taking a very late gas geyser. This should be for roach play, but we'll see if Reynor does decide to spice things up even further. As again, Reynor has been playing very unorthodox in this series. And so far coming out ahead. Again, a very late base, very late orbital. Clem getting into his 1-1-1 follow-up, which I believe was scouted by Reynor. Yeah, Reynor, he did see the starport. Is aware. Ooh, Clem gets a tumor. Nice pickup. Behind this, we're getting into Banshee production. Now, this should be in the back of Reynor's mind because he did see the starport. So he knows it's a delayed third base. He knows that there's a big chance it's going to be a Banshee. And is he going to be ready for it? Is he going to go in for the scout even? For now, he's amassing queens. Getting in position. The third base is getting up and running. Now, we are investing into Ling speed. We're not going into roaches. We are playing Ling Bane instead. Or at least Ling to begin with. You see Clem rotating around. Trying to find a way in. So far, unable to. Reynor getting his third base up and running. Third base up and running here as it is getting fully saturated. Now, we don't have a Spore, which is concerning. No Spore, no detection. The Cloaked Banshees, they have potential. They have a lot of potential to deal damage. There's no Lair either. No detection whatsoever. But Reynor setting up a big Ling counterattack. Hellions are amassing. And do we have anything to defend back at home? We don't. Nothing here. There's one Marine. Sorry, two Marines even. As Lings, they do bust in. Hellions, they're racing back home. Clem out of position. SCVs are going to be falling. They should be at least. But the Banshee's popping off. Oh, the Banshee getting 5 drone kills. Again, there was no Spore. But even though the Banshee does do a lot of damage, the Ling run by evens things up. Getting 4 SCVs. It was good damage by Clem, but not enough because of the run by. Behind this, we're getting into our 3-1-1 setup. Hellions are still being active. Reynor is shutting it down. Taking his goal base. Saturating his third. Bailey Nest now on the way. Again, this is a really wonky game where a lot of the tech is delayed. But the Bailey Nest is now on the way. Lair is about to finish. Banshees, they converge here on the queens. We do have a transfuse. And we do barely keep the queen alive a little bit longer here, but it does fall. Okay, queens, they collapse on those Hellions. Banshees dragging the queens over. The Hellions pull back. Yeah, they're thinking about going back in. They merely think about it. They will pull back instead. Clem now getting his own third base up and running. At least trying to. Attempting to. I will still say that it does feel like Reynor is still in the driver's seat as he bleeds out 4 more drones. Banshee's getting a lot of damage done. And the game is going to settle. From here, the game will settle down. We're getting into our upgrades. Clem will have a slight upgrade advantage here, as Reynor did delay his Evo Chambers in favor of Banelings. Remember, Reynor, he went for a faster lair and Baneling Nest instead of those upgrades. So they were delayed, intentionally so. So it does mean that Clem has a power spike. Does have a power spike here. Does have that upgrade timing. Shutting down Overlords. Reynor, though, is getting his goal base up and running, and even though he's going to be behind in upgrades, he is ahead in economy. Up in workers. Up with the gold. Baneling run by being set up here. Bold move out of Reynor. We'll see how well it does. Chop is moving out. Reynor has eyes on it. It will keep up. Yeah, he does collapse on those Marines. Won't let them unload. Not for free. Queens are rotating over as well. And here comes that Baneling run by. But we're running into Hellions and Banshees. We do crash in. We take down the Hellions. The Lings, they can flood on in as well. But we have reinforcements. We will knock it into the mineral line. Whew. Clem, he will defend. And the Widow Mines are amassing. As Clem is getting into Widow Mines, we're still committed to Ling Bane. It's a lot of Banelings, is what I will say. A lot of Banelings are on the way. Creep is being denied. Creep is being denied here. And Reynor, do we commit to the counter-attack? Now, this run-by is going to be brutal, though, because we do have plenty at home to defend. As Clem is met by a Wall of Queens. So far, good defense by Reynor. He's still on Ling Bane, still has not committed to either a Spire or a Hydroden. Just pure Ling Bane for now. The Banelings! They crash in. Clem not paying attention. Marines, they are going to be shut down. The main army's pushing forward, which means Reynor can go for the run-by. Once again, Banelings, they will connect. And here comes that run-by of Reynor. They're crashing on, breaking into the natural base. Widowmine has burrowed. Decent connection, but we're getting into the mineral line, and SCVs are going to fall. A good split out of Clem. But there's still just so much here, and Clem, he races back home. As Reynor, he floods in towards the third base. SCV is still going to be falling. The Banelings, oh, they don't quite go for the workers. There was potential, but we get 20 SCVs nonetheless. 20 workers go down, and Clem had to race back home. And with that, Reynor, his economy has been left untouched. Still 68 workers, or 70 drones. Hydroden now on the way. Reynor still focusing on Ling Bane, getting into 2-2. Upgrades have evened up. Now, Clem can bounce back. He can bounce back with this gold base. And, I mean, I think we were expecting more SVs to fall. Only 20 went down. Clem, he can still maintain himself, getting that gold. He's moving out towards the south. Banshee still being active. Impressive that he kept him alive this long. Still gaining value here as Clem is pushing towards the south. Reynor's in position as long as we can avoid those Widow Mines. Oh, a good mine connection there. One good mine shot from Reynor, but it was only one. Oh, sorry, one good mine shot from Clem, but it was only one. Reynor still has an army to contend with. Very nice target firing out of Clem, though. Oh. Last is just a little bit too much. The creep is being respread. Reynor, he holds on to this position, and again, he's refining his army with Hydras. He now has some anti-air. He can now shoot up. He can deal with these medevacs a little bit easier. Do we have an infestation bit? We do not. Interesting. We're stuck on lair tech. No pits. No 3-3. Oh! Ooh, big mine shot on the Lings. Very big mine connection. The Banshees are still popping off. They're still killing drones, denying any kind of mining here. At that center base, massive mine shot once again. Reynor taking a couple too many hits. Banelings, they do come in for a flank. Oh god. As they barely will connect. Reynor trying to wedge his way forward here. Cleans up the Marines. Barely forces back the army. A very close fight there. Reynor still finally dealing with those Banshees. He's drawn up to 80. A solid worker count, plus the gold base. But Clem has his own gold. He can maintain himself. And he has been trading more efficiently. That's the reality here. We've seen a lot of big mine connections already. So despite the better economy from Reynor, Clem has just been trading better. He's been taking better fights. Been more efficient overall. Just rotating to the center. Mine shots not baited out. And 3 threes on the horizon. Reynor avoiding Lair is gonna hurt him. It might kill him. Still no Lair tech, no 3-3, no Adrenal, no Lurkers, no Vipers. Reynor, he's being outscaled if the game goes on long enough. Mine shots, they catch out the Queens. Drop into the main, push it towards the south. Clem going for a split push, and can Reynor keep up? Oh! Reynor, he does take down a Widow Mine. Ooh, bleeding out a macro hatch. Expensive loss there from Reynor. Who only has links to defend, by the way, but there we go. Banelings have arrived. Force back the army. Reynor, he is holding. And now we get the infestation bit here for the Hive, but it's so late. It's going to be a big window where Clem has 3-3 and Reynor is stuck with 2-2. Clem is pushing in. Doesn't quite commit. Just saw that double jump towards the north. Very limited creep spread here by Reynor. The base was already very low. We're collapsing on the army. The mines! Ooh, big connection on the Banelings. Huge mine shots here on Reynor. Double jump getting into the main base. Reynor is in position. Yeah, he has Queens. Does shut down one of those medevacs. Clem still gaining ground. Ooh. Shaving off a lot of Banelings. We can see Reynor, though, trying to come in from behind. Takes another big mine shot to the face, but he collapses on the army. Forces back. Meanwhile, that was a kill in that hatchery. Ooh. Get a brutal loss there for Reynor. But he's now counter-attacking. He's had enough defending. He's collapsing on the main army. Takes down a medevac. There are just too many Widow Mines to defend. Now we're working towards Lurker tech, but again, Reynor, he doesn't really have a massive bank to work with here, and he hasn't been denying the bases of Clem. Clem is on 5. Soon to be 6. Ghosts have arrived. Again, Clem, he's got 3-3, he's got Ghosts, he has the better army. But he's being caught out. Getting caught out of position here. Mine shot's gonna be going off. No big connections yet. Ooh, big connection towards the end, though. All it takes is one. And Reynor, he takes so many mines to the face. Yeah, Clem taking another good fight. Is moving out. Meanwhile, we do see Reynor. He's forced to transition. Again, I don't think Reynor wanted to go into Hive Tech. That's my read on this, just because of how long he was on Lair Tech. So now he has a Hive. Now he can start working on 3-3. Now he can build himself up, but he is still so far behind. There is always potential, though. There's always potential with that Nidus. Nidus Swarm is on the way. Lurkers as well. If Reynor can get on top of the production, I mean, he can end the game. That can be a win condition for Reynor. There we go. Overseer trying to squeeze its way into the main base. There are turrets in position, though. Yeah, this is spotted. Overseer goes down. No changeling. Oh, the mines! Oof. Oh my god, big connections, but we get the fungal. We do land a fungal there, but we do barely pick up in time. Clem saves his army. The fungal was not enough. Clem, he will get away. Reynor, he is maxed out, but he needs time. Reynor, he needs time to really get this going, to allow those upgrades to finish. That's a lot of infestors. Show us the fungals. We have infestors set up here. Oh, the skin! Big moment there. We scanned one of the infestors, but there's still one left. Mine shot's going to be going off. Once again, connecting with the Ling Bane. The frames, they're dropping. And there's still one infestor here towards the south. There's still an infestor lying in wait. Ready for a fungal. Clemmy's looking. He does snipe that overseer. Does bring it down. Another infestor creeping in from behind. The skin reveals it. He sees. And mine shot goes off. Ling Bane trying to roll in. We go for the fungal. We do catch the army. A big catch there. Ghost is going to be going down. Finally, a good fight for Reynor. With that, he goes for the reinforcing Nidus Worm. I believe there are lurkers inside. Only 4, though. Yeah, 4 lurkers in the Nidus. It's going to be denied. But again, finally, Reynor taking good fights. Now, you can see that because of these brutal trades, Clem does have a bank already. Does have a bank to work with. The armies do ebb and flow back and forth. Nidus finishing up towards the north. Lurkers, they do pop out. Oh! Good spine shots. We get a ghost. We almost get another as well. Nice catch there from Reynor. Widowmine's coming in from behind. Reynor, it looks like he's gonna have to give up on these lurkers. Going for a big counterattack instead. Runs into Widowmines. Yeah, lurkers have to get the hell out of there. Going for a Nidus into the main base. Clem, he's in position. Shuts the Nidus down. Reynor trying to push towards the south. The Infestor gets caught. Oof. Oh, God. Once again, big mine shots here on the Lings. Now, after this next, like, engagement dies down, I will have a look at the units lost tab. As we get the Nidus into the main base, it looks like it may finally finish. Now we have plenty in position. Once again, mine shots here on the Bailings, where we're crashing in towards the planetary, and we will bring it down. The planetary will fall. 12 SCVs as well. Good damage done here by Reynor. Collapsing here on top of those liberators. We get the libs. We collapse here on top of the ghost. Up. Did you pick up the ghost? Reynor finally taking a good fight. Does take a good fight. Nidus Worm finishes in the main. The lurkers, they get out. 2 of them do. 2 lurkers bust out. But Ghost, they hold the line. Reynor being forced back. Lurkers in the main, they shouldn't achieve too much here. Yeah, they're going to be a distraction, but they're not going to threaten too much. As lurkers are falling. We do see Reynor collapsing on the army. The mine! Once again. Big connection, and now is the time to check. We've lost almost 1,000 Lings. Big fungal though on the army. We catch out the ghost. Massive catch there from Reynor, cleaning up every single ghost. And is that too much? Have we lost too much? As Reynor is snowballing out of control, he catches another one of those liberators. Gets 1 lib, going for a second and a third. Liberators are falling. Planetary goes down. There's no repair. And Reynor has finally broken Clem. It's been very back and forth, and you can see how efficient we've been. How many Lings have fallen. Trading actually quite evenly in gas. Just heavily in favor of minerals when it comes to Clem. Lings are flooding in. Mine shots going off. We collapse on another one of those liberators as well. No freedom here. The Vipers. No. Vipers, they do overextend for a moment. Getting a power bomb off. 1 Viper does get sniped. Ooh, clutch blinding cloud there. GG gets called, and Reynor, he does it. He barely breaks through, caught all those ghosts, and barely pulled Clem apart. GG with that. Reynor takes a 2-0 lead. Whew. Oh my god. GG. And it was one of those cases where Clem was trading more efficiently, but as we saw in the resources lost, Clem was trading more efficiently minerals-wise, but even gas-wise. So really, he was only killing lings. He was killing a lot of lings, to be fair. So many lings had died that game. But regardless, Reynor, he was able to catch those ghosts. Massive fungals when it counted most. And with that, as soon as he was able to win one of those fights, he collapsed on top of that southern base, took down the planetary, and never allowed Clem to recover. Just kept the pressure up, kept the pressure on. GG. With that, Reynor needs one more. One more win here to take it all. To become this week's champion. Meanwhile, Clem, he needs to fight back here and now to have a chance to force an ace match. The pressure is now on Clem. And as a reminder, it's just been a really unorthodox series. Remember, Game 1, we saw Reynor go for a 2-base all-in. Just to wind it back if you weren't here for it. Game 1, Reynor went for a 2-base Roach Ling Flood. It was on Oceanborn. He went for a 2-base all-in. Game number 2, Reynor went for a pool first. He went for a 15 pool into a 14 hatchery. Snuck out across the map. Did a lot of economic damage early on. Delayed the CC. He was in control from the start of the game. Clem recovered. But again, just a really wonky start. Like, Reynor has been very aggressive in the early game of this series. Will that continue? Will that continue here as we're getting into Game 3? Again, Reynor, he has been varying up his openers and his builds quite a lot. And we'll see if Clem can keep up. See if he can keep up. Again, it's the best of 5. First to 3 wins. First to 3. Aye. Let's go. Let us go. As we have our next game. Our players, they needed a moment. They needed a break. I don't blame them. Our next game is going to be on Hard Lead. Let's go. Let us go. Uh-oh. This is awkward. Do we have too many? No shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh. Okay, now we're good. We're good. We should be okay. Basically, we have a lot of observers. Where is Senor Cosmos? Get Cosmos in here. But yeah, we're just getting ready here for potentially the final game of the series. Also, big shout out to Pig. Pig is going to be here for the finals as well. It must be an ungodly hour, actually, in the land of Australia. But really cool to see that he's going to be a part of this as well. Do appreciate it. As again, our players, they just need a moment. They need a little bit of time to prepare for our potentially final game. I mean, personally, I'm hoping we can go to the ace match. I want to... If you're in the chat, Clem, he needs your energy. He needs your support. He needs all of it right now to win 2 games in a row and to force that ace match. I mean, we all know that Clem can do it. We all know that Clem, he has it in him to bring it all back. He is a good enough player for that, but at the end of the day, you know, it comes down to your shape here on the day tonight in the tournament in ESL Open Cup Europe. I'm hoping we can keep going, but we'll see. We shall see. So I see some people in the chat rocking up. A big shout out to, I see Mito in the chat, Shuyi, I see Orsus as well. S-Rever, Reverse, Senor Sadsack. Welcome, welcome everyone. Hope you've all been having a great time. And again, I'm hoping that the finals does not end here. I'm hoping that we can get more of a back and forth. Again, we're just making sure we have all of our casters. Again, shout out to all the other language casters out here. We have TKL casting in French. We have Naruto casting in German, I believe. We have Cosmos in Portuguese. We have Zombie Grub, of course, English caster. Indy in Polish. We have Glide Exalted in Bulgarian. Really cool to see. Really cool to see so much diversity here when it comes to how this goes. Or when it comes to the European weeklies. Really do appreciate it. And here we go. You can hear the beeps. Our players are finally ready. We're getting into game number 3. Clem, the pressure is on. He has to fight back here and now. Give him your support. Give him your energy as we're loading in to Hard Lead. Hard Lead, of course, one of the shortest rush distance map in the map pool. Maps in the map pool. Very small map here. Does lead to a lot of aggression. Can lead to some all-ins. We've already seen some all-ins out of Reynor already. Is he tempted to do it again? We shall see. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Hard Lead, we have our red Zerg player, the Italian Zerg, representing Team Basilisk, one game away from becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Europe champion. It is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player representing Team Liquid, the French Terran, down in this series. He has to fight back here and now. Give him your support. It is Clem. Here we go. And for the first time this series, it is not a 15-based opener. We've been seeing 15 hatches and 15 pools, but no, this time it is going to be a straight-up hatch first. A standard opener from Reynor for the first time in this entire series. He's crazy. He's lost his mind. Standard play here from Reynor. Clem back at home going for a Rax Expand. Standard opener from our Terran player as well. Everything so far looking by the book, looking normal. Again, everything looking as it should for the time being. Getting to our hatch gas pool from the side of Reynor. Now, because of this, Reynor will have faster link speed. I mean, I say that. His link speed will be on time for the first time in this series, so he's going to have faster link speed in general. Can lead to some more aggressive plays, can lead into a faster Roach Warren. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on Reynor if he does spice it up. Overlord getting across the map, confirming that there is no wall off here. It isn't a 2-Rax Reaper. And Reynor even waiting for the SCV to come in, and this is a very suspect location, by the way. Reynor, he takes the triangular third on Hard Lead. And what does this mean? Well, this third base location does allow you to spread creep very quickly across the map. It allows you to just launch your creep across the map. You can knock down these rocks as well, and this can lead into roach-based all-ins and queen pushes as well. This is typically applicable to ZvP, but can always be in the back of our mind for this matchup as well. So very interesting base location from Reynor. Reaper does dip in, threatens some lings. Ooh, doesn't quite get them. Nice control from our Terran. Sorry, from our Zerg. Keeping those lings alive. Clem, he will retain that Reaper. Being very fast with his micro there. Trying to find a way in. Back at home, it is going to be a third CC before Starport. Economic opener out of Clem. Reynor has pulled out of gas. So getting into link speed, pulling out of gas, droning up is natural. So far, everything is looking normal out of Reynor. Again, this third base is interesting, at least in my eyes, when it comes to what it can lead to. We'll see if I'm just being a little bit paranoid here. As Reaper tries to dip in, but the Queens do zone it away. They will zone it away. Threading those tumors, we'll be backing up. Clem does confirm the third base, and for the time being, everything is still looking by the book. You know, we have link speed kicking in, queens are amassing, creep is spreading. And back at home, we're setting up for an add-on swap. It is going to be a 3cc Banshee build here out of Clem. And this is ideal against Roaches. This is ideal against aggression from the Zerg player. Banshees, they can deal with Roaches. Hellions with everything else. They can also harass, they can scout. Banshees can be a very diverse tool here in the TVZ matchup. And we should soon be pushing, or should be soon moving out. As Clem, he's just rotating around. Creep is spreading forward here for Reynor. Is being very proactive with it. Lair going to be on the way. This is a bit of an earlier Lair timing. Interesting. This was a 4-minute 20 Lair timing. We expected around 4:30. I'm curious if it's just a little bit earlier just to get into Banelings, but we'll keep our eye on Reynor here, as he is still droning. He's droning, saturating his third. Hellions have arrived. And this should just be safe play out of Reynor. By the time the Lair is halfway done, we should be seeing a Baneling nest. If we don't, then, I mean, alarm bells are going to be ringing. And we'll see what Reynor has in store. By this point, we should be seeing a Baneling nest. Lair is almost done. I don't see it, though. Are we headed into a different direction here? Lair is finishing. We only have the one gas, by the way. We haven't invested into additional gas geysers yet. Lair is now done. There we go. Now gases are being taken. We're taking all 4. Are we going Ling Hydra? I'm feeling... But we would have already seen a Hydra then. I'm a little bit perplexed. No, we're going for a Roach Warren. Okay. Very interesting. I mean, queens are getting pounced upon. They do get caught out. One queen goes down. Very good pick up there by Clem. Gets a queen. But this Roach Warren is very unorthodox. Now getting into double Evo chamber. Really interesting play here out of Reynor. He wasn't overly greedy either. Like, it's not like he was just like purely droning until now to tech up. Like, that wasn't the case. So yeah, really interesting decision making here. Is getting into Roach Ravager. Creep is amassing. And we're cutting workers at 3 bases. We might decide not to drone anymore. We could just max out on Roach Ravager. That could be the plan. Yep, there we go. +1 range is on the way. We're just amassing Roach Ravager. Scan into the natural doesn't see much. Bailey Nest now gets thrown down. But a very late nest. And that should be, again, tipping off Clem a little bit with how late the nest is. Now we force a cancel. Yeah, it's just Roach Rav. Let's go. Reynor, his goal here is to max out and to just hammer down this third. The creep is looking good here for Reynor. Yeah, roaches are amassing as we speak. And it's just going to be pure Roach Ravager. We're going to be hitting a timing with 1-1. A very strong timing by Reynor. Once again, a very aggressive build. But it takes a while to really get going. And Reynor, he has to survive. And it does collapse on the Lings. Forces the pickup. Does force back the army. Roaches have yet to reveal themselves. And back at home, what do we have? We have Banshees that haven't scouted. The Banshees, they've applied some pressure, but we haven't seen anything. We scan the center of the map. We don't see much of anything at all. Otherwise, we'd be seeing tanks. We need tanks right now, not Widow Mines. Whether it's tanks, whether it's bunkers, Sim City. Reynor, he hasn't made a drone in a couple of minutes. He's cutting workers here at 67. There it is. He's maxing out on Roach Ravager. 1-1 is finishing up in a couple of seconds. Yeah, and we're looking to surround this army. We collapse on from behind. Roaches, they're pushing in. They're moving out towards the third base. And Widow Mines are being cleaned up. They don't do much of anything to Roaches. And Clem, he's in a lot of trouble. Third base is being evacuated, and Reynor, is he running away with this? Very late scout. The factory is exposed. Tank is on the way, but it may just be too late as we're breaking into the natural. And we go for the mule. Cute move there out of Clem. But the Roaches, we're waddling in. We're breaking through. Reynor, he successfully hit this for so long, the entire game. Clem had no idea what was going on until it was too late. Yeah, Marines are falling. Who is it? No, Cosmos! Now is not the time! Este Cosmos. Not like this. He's our Portuguese caster from Brazil. Cosmos! As, yeah, Cosmos forced to leave the game. We're stimming on down. SCVs are falling. And again, Clem, he was caught completely with his pants down. Had no idea what was happening. Boys are being pulled. SCVs are falling as well. Reynor is being forced back, but the damage has been done. He has crippled the economy. Oh, nice control here with Reynor towards the end. Hot pick up with that tank. But Reynor, he's still just rallying across the map. Oh, again, even the tank fire forcing some friendly fire. The queens drop in. Contamination on the factory, making sure that nothing is being built. And with the help of these queens, it looks like Reynor, he has done a clean sweep here in the finals. Killing every single worker. Clem down to 38 SCVs. The final tank falls. And personally, I can't believe it. Again, Reynor's a good player, but he was so unorthodox in this series. Just hype, just different builds every game. 2 base all in game 1. Pool first in game 2. And here, with just a massive Roach Ravager flood, GG gets called, and Reynor is going to be this week's ESL Open Cup Europe champion. GG. Congratulations here, Reynor. He does it. Despite the lag out of Cosmos, he will take it in the end. 3-0, doesn't drop a single map here in the finals. Congratulations. Oh my god, and I mean, it wasn't like Clem was playing poorly, but time and time again, Clem, he was just lacking crucial scouting information. Whether it was game 1 where he missed the roaches, I mean, here in game 3, also missed the roaches as well. In game 2, he was deceived. He thought it was a hatch first, so he wasn't in position for the Ling, so they were able to break out of control as well. I mean, game 2 was the most back and forth, because Clem stabilized. Clem, he stabilized after the Ling aggression. But game 1 and game 3 was all about of just deceiving Clem, keeping the roaches hidden until the last moment. And Clem was expecting a standard game, but it was anything but. Again, I was really confused when I saw that Reynor didn't have a Baneling Nest. When I saw that Reynor went for a fast lair, I was like, what is this lair for? What are we taking into? Where's the Baneling Nest? We saw it was roaches. And it was a little bit unlucky that, if you remember, Clem scanned the natural. If you remember, Clem, he scanned the natural base, which means he missed all the tech. He missed all the tech. He missed everything in the main, whether it was the lair timing, the upgrades, the Roach Warren. The one thing that Clem did see was the Baneling Nest that was very late, which that should have tipped him off a little bit. I mean, it could have just been a double Evo Chamber upgrade, so thinking about it that way, Clem, he may have just thought it was double Evo Chamber into 1-1, into delayed Banelings. So the Baneling timing, the Baneling Nest timing wasn't too off, wasn't enough of a tell. And again, Clem just had no idea what was happening until it was too late. GG. Congratulations. Congratulations to Reynor. He is going to be our champion this week. For the first time in a while, actually. If I'm not mistaken, Reynor, he has been a little bit more active as of late in these ESL Open Cups. But let me just double check. I think this is Reynor's first win of the year. Just double checking. Just trying to double check the seasons here of the ESL Open Cups. Okay, so far, the most recent season, we have seen, yeah, Reynor, of course, winning this week. His last win was 211, so a couple of months ago. So Reynor, actually, outside of these 2 wins, yeah, he hasn't won in a year. It's been, these 2 most recent wins from Reynor have been the only one in over a year of play. Jesus, as this tournament is typically dominated by Terrans and Protoss players. I see a lot of wins by Clem, MaxPax, Cristiano getting a win in there, Showtime as well. Yeah, in this season of EPT, Clem has won 21, MaxPax has won 20, and Reynor has won 2. He's won 2 of these. I mean, big win there for Reynor. He's not typically an ESL Open Cup Europe champion, so yeah, 2 wins this season. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, congratulations. And with that, we are done here for the evening. We will not be casting ESL Open Cup Americas. It's in a couple of hours, and it's just it's at an ungodly time here in Europe. It's not something that we can quite invest in. Fun fact: ESL Open Cup Americas is in 1 hour, and it lasts another 4 hours. We can't do it, unfortunately. So enjoy ESL Americas. I imagine Steadfast and Chicken Man and Dave Testa, and there's plenty of other coverage going on. Cosmos in Portuguese or in Brazilian, Fala Galera. There's plenty of coverage going on there. Our next broadcast is going to be in 13 hours. In 13 hours time, we're going to be live here on the channel with the Stars War Asia Open Qualifier. We're going to be live here with the Open Qualifier, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a great time. Do hope you enjoy yourselves. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Again, enjoy ESL Open Cup Americas. No spoilers, but do enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to be a great time. I'm sure the other casters, they have you covered. They'll keep you company. And we'll see you guys in 13 hours instead. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate it. If you want to support us, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. We have social media all over the place. ! Socials in the chat. Of course, I will pay out the predictions in the chat as well. I will not forget you. Oh, big payout here. Only 4% bet. Only 4% bet on Reynor. It was 96% in favor of Clem. You're all animals. You're animals, papi. Oh my god. Big payout for Reynor fans. Big win there. GG. And yeah, you can follow us on all our social media. You can follow us on YouTube. We're also co-streaming and live on YouTube as well. And our VODs are instantly uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis. So we have plenty of content for you out there. Otherwise, you can also support us on Patreon. We do have our Patreon set up in case you do want to fund us or you do want to sponsor us in a way. Then that is also available. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.